Zach, your thoughts?
I get what he's saying. Someone needs to set a tone for what the Nets stand for. They used to stand for plucky competitiveness when they had D'Angelo Russell, Joe Harris. Someone needs to set the tone. In this season, of all seasons, though, I find it hard to give an ounce of blame to the guy who showed up ready to play, played at an MVP level, didn't pout when things were going wrong, just other than when he was injured, just kept playing and playing and playing. He was the most reliable superstar on the team by like fathoms and fathoms. So I get what Stephen A is saying. I also don't know if Kevin Durant tries to set that tone with Kyrie Irving and says, hey, get vaccinated, we're trying to win a title. Is that going to make a difference? Is he going to listen? What if they all do? If Joe Tsai does, Sean Marks, Kevin Durant, James Harden when he was on the team, if they all say that, well, you know, is it going to make a difference? So I just find it hard. I get what Stephen A is saying. Someone needs to stand up and own that locker room. But I find it hard to point any blame at KD after this season.
Yeah, I was thinking, I mean, of all the things that went wrong for them this year, Kevin Durant doesn't seem to be one of the biggest. But that said, he did not play particularly well in that 4-game sweep against Boston. Vince, what stood out to you about his performance in that series?
Well, Zach, I thought he was shell-shocked. I mean, it just, you know, you come into a series and you're like, okay, what defense are they going to throw at me? Well, they were physical. They were under him. They were nagging him, just getting under his skin. Sometimes you can get under KD's skin when you're a little physical and when you just bump him around a little bit and you foul and maybe say a few words to him. And I just looked shell-shocked and just out of sorts for whatever reason. And it didn't help that he got the turnovers. He wasn't making shots. He couldn't find guys. Guys couldn't get going to help him or make the game easier. And, of course, Game 4, when they needed him to get rolling, he found a way. But to me, he just looked shell-shocked and bothered mentally from start to finish.
Dude, you can get under Kevin Durant's skin with a tweet, but that's a different story for another time. Zach, after the game, Kyrie Irving mentioned that he looks forward to managing the franchise alongside Durant. What did you make of his comments about that?
They are a little bit tone deaf, I think, after the season. Like, my first reaction was managing the franchise. They have people whose job it is to manage the franchise. How about we just play for the franchise? He's played 103 games in 3 seasons, and obviously injuries have played a part of that. Other things have played a part in that, too. The Brooklyn Nets have won 1 playoff series in 3 years with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Before we start talking about molding the franchise in my image and doing this and managing it with Sean and Joe, dropping the first names of everybody, how about just playing and winning a little bit more? He played a third of the games he's been available for since he's been there.
Vince, what do you think of those comments?
Zach, I'm with you. You have to earn that honor. You have to win games for that franchise. Yes, they should value their opinion of guys they would like to play alongside. But also, if you're going to keep Steve Nash, that's another guy you might want to have in the room asking him what type of guys he would like for his team. Because for me, as a player sometimes who've been asked about coaching, that's the one thing that kind of bothers me is you hire a coach to coach your team, but you don't get the players that match or fits his style of coaching. So I think they need to go back to the drawing board. First and foremost, make sure your big 3 is set. Make sure Ben Simmons, whatever mentally and physically the problems that he's having, you get that figured out. Then you have Kyrie, bring him in, and, of course, tie it in with Durant, and then you fix your defense deficiencies that we saw defensively and more scoring, more two-way players, more height. So there's a lot of things that need to happen, but kind of letting the players run the organization, not a good idea. We've seen that has happened when guys have done that, i.e. in L.A.
Yeah, he mentions Simmons, Zach, and then at least the guy they traded for didn't play for either of his teams this year. If we're living in a world where we expect him back next season, does that make them, we're going down this road again, a title contender with Durant and Kyrie?
I'm sick of using the word theoretically because I said this when they did the trade. Everyone was so excited about the fit of Ben Simmons with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. He doesn't need to create shots. He doesn't need to handle the ball. He could be there, Draymond Green, defend, rebound, push the pace. Yeah, I get it. It all makes sense. Can we see it first? So I'm excising theoretically, yes. I'm excising theoretically, and I'm saying no until we see it. I'm not going to talk about what this team could be, how good they could be, could they make the conference finals, could they contend, until we see the team with the big 3 playing. We know we're going to see Kevin because that's what Kevin Durant does. He comes and plays. Are we going to see the other 2? If so, I'll evaluate the team then until no, they're not a title contender.
Vince, one final thought on this.
I'm right there with you. I want to see the team. They need to upgrade the roster first. I mean, as as what they have right now? Maybe so, but you got to make sure your guys are going to be available. So I'm with Zach. Let's just see what happens in the summer and what product they put on the floor next year. And I think once we see that, you'll be able to decide if they're contenders.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.